I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and you are listening to Thinner Peace and Menopause and Beyond. This is episode number 497. Stay tuned. Well, hello, all my dear friends all over the world. It's good to see you. If you're on YouTube, you are and can see me. And if you're just listening to one of your favorite podcast spots, hello anyway. Today, I have something I want to talk about because I was listening to Mel Robbins' podcast. I'm sure a lot of you listen to her, know about her, but she was interviewing one of my favorite researchers who I have not heard interviewed in a long time, Dr. Ellen Langer. So I want to talk a little bit about her today. She's got a new book out, but it was so interesting the conversation that they had, and I want to talk about that a little bit with you and how it affects the work that I do and the effects of the work that you'll do with me. I also want to talk to you today about a word called try and why it's a trap. And I also want to talk about the playful way to enjoy movement and your body. And I want to talk about a free quiz that could really help you see what's holding you back. So you can take that quiz now by going to drdebbutler.com/quiz. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about it as I'm talking to you about some of my favorite topics today. So, first of all, Dr. Ellen Langer, who Mel Robbins was just interviewing, and she really is the mother of mindfulness because she's been doing this research for 50 years and has done and is known for some amazing research studies. One being that she did a study, I don't even know how long ago it was now, where she took men that were in their 80s, and the way she talks about it in the podcast, 80 then was not the 80 now. 80 is now like your 60s, but then 80 was considered old. And she put them in an environment where everything was 20 years younger. So they were watching TV shows that were 20 years prior, had things in this house that was all 20 years old, and made these men think that they were in a place that was 20 years younger than they were. And in the end, what happened with this, if I'm explaining it properly, is that when they did a bunch of testing on them, and when they came out, they found out their eyesight was better, certain blood work was better, their muscle mass was better. There were so many things that changed about their physical bodies just by them thinking that they were younger. And she also did a study that she's very known for housekeepers in a hotel. And she took a certain amount of them and divided them into two groups. And in one group, what she did with them is she told them that the work that they were doing, cleaning rooms all day long, was actually considered exercise. And then she took the other group and did not tell them anything. In the end, with the work that they did, they found out that the group that thought that they were exercising, cleaning rooms all day, actually lost weight, had a different change in their body mass index. They had all kinds of things. Their muscle mass changed. And the housekeepers that didn't know that they were doing anything different, that they were just cleaning rooms, did not have that kind of change. These are very well known studies, and it's all about how the mind can affect your body. And Dr. Ellen Langer really is the mother of all of this because there's so much research out now. But listening to her reminds me of why I do what I do just by listening to her. I think she still teaches at Harvard too, to top it off. And I mean, she's like 78 years old, and, she talks about even about aging. She said that when, like a lot of her friends that are her age or older, that those who think, oh my God, I'm getting old, it's almost over. She says, when you think like that, you end up creating results like that. And that the way she thinks is that it's only getting better and better. And you can tell in her voice that she really believes that. What do you think? Well, you're in menopause, and a lot of you are thinking you're getting old and that you're aging or whatever. And I know I think that too. But what if you believed with all of your heart that it's just going to get better and better? I mean, you just think about this. So you can use your mind to heal your body is really her whole thing. And whether you're healing a wound or be it building a habit, what you believe matters more than anything else. And that's for us. That includes how we see movement, food, and ourselves, which is everything I talk about on my podcast. Now, she talked about this word, why try doesn't work. I have done a podcast on this before, but the way that she talked about it, I have to repeat her. So she says, trying already expects failure. I just want to repeat that. Trying, when you say I'm trying, you're already expecting failure. Saying, like, I'll try to walk, I'll try to stop eating at night means you're giving yourself an out. So instead, say, I am walking today. I choose not to eat emotionally. Your brain hears what you say and responds accordingly. And listen, she's not the only one. But when you listen to her talk, and she's got a new book out. I don't have the name on me right this minute, but I'm sure you can find it. I can't wait to read it because we're all getting older and we all know what our minds have to tell us. And if your mind's not telling you it's getting better and better, I think you should read her book. So, do you catch yourself saying try? I know I do. So I want you also to take this quiz that I was talking about to see why it's happening. You can go to drdebbutler.com/quiz, QUIZ. It's free and it will help you understand your motives for why you do or do not move and why you eat or why you eat the way that you do. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is another favorite author of mine, Marianne Williamson. And you know what she says, what she's known for. And she's very big into the Course in Miracles, and I'm not here to even talk about that. But oh my gosh, she is so into how our mind creates our reality. So, what she says is a miracle. The way she defines a miracle is a change in perception. Now, listen to me. I mean, Dr. Ellen Langer was saying the same thing in a different way. She wasn't calling it a miracle, but it seemed like miracles were happening. Men that were older, all of a sudden, were appearing younger. Housekeepers that were doing housekeeping all day long, once they were told that they were exercising, actually started losing weight and getting more muscle mass. And the ones that didn't know it didn't change. When you shift how you see something, you shift how you act and how you feel. You must know that. You must know that miracles aren't magical. Miracles are what the mind can conceive and what it can create. And it's up to us to make sure that we're giving it things that we want to create. So, one of the tools that I teach is exercise as play. And of course, I bring my tools into this because everything that I talk about is about your perception and about the way that you think about yourself, the way you think about why you put food in your mouth, the way you think about yourself in menopause, and what you even think about menopause. Menopause is a transition. Dr. Alan Langer talked about that too, about transitions, that they are hard because you're going from the way you used to be to a way that you don't know how you're going to be. It's a transition. And all transitions are a little uncertain. And then she talks a lot about having confidence with uncertainty. And I kind of transgress a little bit, but it was very, very exciting listening to her. But back to my tool on exercises play. So there was a time in my life when I hated exercise, but really believed I had to exercise because I was overweight. And the only way that I could have a thin, beautiful body was to do things that I hated to do, eat things that I hated to eat, because there was something wrong with me. I know. And I hope you're not like that. But if you're thinking the way I used to be thinking, you need to be listening to my podcast and to what I have to say today. So, exercises play. When you think about children, most children do not say to their parents, "Can I go out and exercise?" Most children say, "I want to go out and play." And most parents can't wait to get their kids out to play because they know when they come back, they're going to be a new kid. They move their body, they feel better, they get rid of their stress. Exercise is meant to reduce stress. Your body wants to move because it wants to get rid of stress. And it's natural. It's the way that you were wired. You were wired to want to move your body. So, the way I talk about this is to talk about it in increments. You don't have to do a lot. You start with a little. You start with a commitment of 10 minutes. You make it small and you make it doable. Now, let's just say for me, I'm an avid walker. I love walking. And in the days when I was first starting this, I would give myself a minimum of 20 minutes. If I said I was going to go, I needed to go for at least 20 minutes. Now, that couldn't mean that I didn't go out longer, but it was a 20-minute minimum, 10 minutes out and 10 minutes in. For you, maybe 10 minutes is even a better way to start, 5 minutes out and 5 minutes in. But you do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. And you make it so doable and so easy. I say ridiculously easy. Your brain's going to go, "That's so easy." The only thing your brain might say that may stop you is, and it's not going to do anything. But that's actually not the truth at all. If you do what you say you're going to do and you go and you move your body, my bet will be is that you will feel differently when you were done. So, with this tool of using exercises play and doing it as a minimum, you check in to how you feel emotionally before you start. And then when you're through with your 10 minutes or your 20 minutes, you check in to see how you feel emotionally when you're finished. Most people always feel better when they're done, and you make a note of that. And listen, your body loves pleasure. And if what you find is, "Oh, I feel better," your body's going to go, "Let's do that again." Your brain will say, your brain will get you out because it's pleasurable. It can be walking, it can be dancing, it can be stretching, whatever moves your body and brings lightness. It doesn't have to be what is quote unquote exercise. It does mean that you need to be moving your body. So you check into how you feel before you start, and then you check in to see how you feel after. And I bet you, if you try this, you will feel better when you're done. And because you feel better, your mind is going to want to do it again. So the reason this works is because your brain wants to feel good. It remembers what brings pleasure. So when you pair movement with a positive emotion, you're rewiring your brain to want it more. So if you want to know why this might feel hard for you, take my free quiz and find out at drdebbutler.com/quiz. So, like what's really holding you back? This quiz will help uncover the true reason why moving or eating mindfully feels so hard. And here are the most common patterns. One is the busy bee. Are you always on the go and you ignore your hunger? Are you a comfort seeker that you eat to smooth your emotions? Or are you the food lover that doesn't want to stop eating? Or are you the distrustful diner? You avoid food out of a fear. Wouldn't you be curious to find out which one you are and also a solution to help you with wherever you're at? And most of us are a mix, but the quiz shows you what's strongest right now and gives you your next best step. So all you have to do is go to drdebbutler.com/quiz, and you can take the quiz right away and get an answer right away. So this is what I want you to take away from what I've been talking about today, because I have talked about a lot. Okay, so number one, try is not your friend. Do is. Catch yourself when you say try and change it to not I'll try to do it, I will do it. And if you find that your body wavers when you go to do, just notice it. Just notice the feelings in your body when you use certain words. And you can change your body by changing your mind. Dr. Ellen Langer says it. Marianne Williamson, and all the books that she's ever written, always says change your perception and create a miracle. Come on. Change your perception and miracles abound. And even in the work that I do when I work with women about just eating without feeling like food controls them, so many of them say it feels like a miracle because they changed their perception and they changed what they did. Movement should feel like play, not punishment. There is no child in this world that feels like when they go out to play that it's punishment. And awareness is the first step, and the quiz will help you start. So here's to clarity, curiosity, and compassion. You don't need a new diet. You need a new perspective. And of course, before I end this podcast, I would never end without saying to you, no matter where you go or what you do, please, please, please be very, very kind to yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.